How do you forgive someone who hurts you? Forgiveness is a journey, one that challenges the deepest parts of our hearts and minds. When someone hurts us, the pain can linger, creating resentment and bitterness that weigh us down. So, how do we let go? How do we forgive someone who caused us harm? Let's explore the steps in this arduous process. 1. Understand what forgiveness is and what it isn't. Forgiveness does not mean condoning the wrong or forgetting what happened. It doesn't require you to rebuild a relationship with the person or pretend the hurt never existed. Instead, forgiveness is about freeing yourself from the emotional chains of anger and resentment. It's a gift you give to yourself, a way to reclaim your peace and move forward without being burdened by past pain. 2. Acknowledge your pain and accept reality. Before forgiveness can occur, you need to fully acknowledge the pain you feel. Suppressing your emotions or pretending you're unaffected only prolongs your suffering. Allow yourself to process your feelings, whether it's through journaling, talking to a trusted friend, or seeking professional help. Acknowledging the pain is the first step toward healing. At the same time, accepting reality is crucial. When you refuse to face unpleasant truths, such as loss, injustice, or disappointment, you deepen your suffering. For instance, I once experienced a profound betrayal in a relationship. Someone I trusted deeply revealed their true manipulative nature when I could no longer meet their growing and unrealistic expectations. They belittled my efforts, twisted my words, and dismissed every sacrifice I had made for them as if it meant nothing. It was as though the mask of kindness they once wore had shattered, revealing a calculated and self-serving intent beneath. The trust I had so carefully built with them felt not only broken, but deliberately exploited, leaving me grappling with questions about the authenticity of our entire connection. This left me with lingering resentment and questions. Why did they treat me this way? Is there justice in life? Gradually, I realized that clinging to their mistakes only prolonged my pain. Studying Buddhist teachings helped me see that the situation might be the result of karma from past actions. The law of karma teaches that every wrongdoing creates seeds that will bear fruit when conditions align. This understanding allowed me to release my resentment. I realized that their actions would ultimately become their burden, not mine. I also learned that everything is impermanent, including relationships. Changes often result from karmic conditions and are a natural part of life. By recognizing this truth, I let go of my attachment to the past. 3. Empathize with the offender. Empathizing with someone who has hurt you can be one of the most challenging steps in the process of forgiveness. The pain we feel often stems from the mistakes, ignorance, or even seemingly inhumane actions of others. Finding empathy for such individuals may feel impossible at first, but consider this. Could their behavior have been driven by their own unresolved pain, ignorance, or fears? By stepping into their perspective, even momentarily, we can begin to see that their actions, though harmful, may have deeper roots. Understanding someone's motives does not mean excusing their behavior, but it can help us uncover why they acted the way they did. For instance, psychological studies have found that people who hurt others often do so because of their own unresolved traumas or negative experiences. These behavioral patterns align with the Buddhist concept of alaya vijnana, or storehouse consciousness, which refers to a repository of subconscious seeds. These seeds, shaped by past actions or even past lives, are stored in the alaya vijnana and can influence present behavior, subtly guiding actions in ways individuals may not even realize. Consider a common example in family dynamics. When parents show favoritism, one child may feel neglected or unfairly treated. In most cases, the parents may not intend to harm their children. However, their subconscious tendencies, shaped by karmic seeds from the past or earlier lifetimes, can influence their actions. If a good karmic bond is missing with one child, subconscious imprints in the alaya vijnana may interact with their brain, subtly guiding their actions in ways they don't even realize. This can unintentionally result in biased treatment, leaving deep scars on the affected child. Recognizing that the actions of others may stem from unresolved pain, unconscious fears, or karmic influences can make empathy easier. It shifts the focus from judgment to understanding. While this perspective does not excuse their mistakes, it can help free you from the heavy burden of resentment. Ultimately, compassion for others is not about them, it's about you. It is a path toward freeing yourself from the cycle of anger and pain. By practicing empathy, you take a powerful step toward peace and emotional liberation. 4. Decide to forgive. Let go of expectations and release attachment. Forgiveness is a conscious decision, not a passive waiting for time to heal all wounds. It requires actively releasing anger and resentment, allowing you to find lightness and peace. Often we expect apologies or acknowledgement of wrongdoing before forgiving. However, forgiveness is about you, not them. Letting go of the need for validation or compensation from those who hurt you is a critical step. Your healing does not depend on their remorse, but on how you choose to confront your pain. For instance, I once found myself revisiting old wounds and unintentionally causing pain to a loved one who was not involved in my past. Their distress made me realize that clinging to past mistakes only perpetuates suffering. Thus, recognizing that karmic debts had been repaid, I chose not to cling, freeing myself from the chains of resentment and moving forward. 5. Practice self-compassion. Forgiveness is as much about yourself as it is about the other person. Be kind to yourself during this process. Recognize that healing takes time and effort. You're allowed to feel hurt, angry, or vulnerable, but don't let these emotions define you. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a close friend. 6. Find meaning in the pain. Some of life's greatest lessons come from our most painful experiences. Reflect on what the situation has taught you. Have you grown stronger, more empathetic, or wiser? Finding meaning in the pain can help transform it into a source of personal growth. 7. Seek closure, not control. You may never receive the closure you hope for from the other person. True closure comes from within. By forgiving, you reclaim your power and free yourself from the grip of the past. Focus on what you can control, your thoughts, emotions, and actions, rather than expecting others to change. 8. Let time do its part. Forgiveness is not a one-time event. It's a process. Be patient with yourself. Over time, the intensity of your emotions will fade, and you'll find yourself feeling lighter and freer. Trust that healing is a journey that unfolds at its own pace. Conclusion: forgiveness as a path to peace and wisdom. In both Buddhist teachings and daily life, forgiveness is a profound act of liberation. It allows us to release the burdens of resentment and pain, recognizing that all actions are influenced by ignorance, karma, and unconscious patterns. Forgiveness is not about excusing others' mistakes, but about freeing ourselves from suffering and embracing compassion. By understanding the impermanence of life and the nature of karma, we learn to let go of attachments to the past. Forgiveness becomes a way to reclaim our peace, foster inner strength, and cultivate wisdom. Choose forgiveness, not for anyone else, but for yourself. You deserve to live free, light, and at peace. These are the steps I have diligently practiced to forgive and free myself from suffering. What about you? Have you experienced a moment of profound forgiveness? Or are you struggling to let go of something? I would love to hear your story. Let's explore the path to peace together.